Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a fairly balanced rack. Don't think there's a bingo here. I have limey, maney, 26. I think you can spell maney like that. What's the other one? Limey, 28. Yeah, I'll go with this. Not a great pickup. I'll be racking my brains for a 5-vowel 8 here. Don't know if any agerine and agerite. So I need a G, R, or T as a floater. That would yield a bingo. The L also looks of some benefit to the rack. Opponent provides an O, but perhaps the V. No, not seeing anything with the V. Something like ideative or... No, not seeing anything ending in IVE. Naivety. Naivety. No. Okay, this is a shame. Just one last look at the L. Alien. No, back on the rack. Alienite. Looking at plays from the Y down, ovum takes an N. So what about Ani for 22? That's got to be better than changing. Okay, the rack has regressed as far as bingo prospects are concerned. But I should be able to score decently with the Z. I have ads on the rack and zap. But is there a 7 or an 8? Opponent appears to be struggling with the vowel surfeit. Zap actually plays quite nicely here for 36. It also plays above the E of Ani for 41. Just one last look at bingo possibilities. Diazepam or some drug like that. Not quite. I do have the di prefix. Dipolarize. No, that's a bit optimistic. I think zap is the play here for 41. Okay. The B and the duplicate I. I do have blinding. Okay, opponent bingos. I have building through a U. just looking at sevens. I have the die prefix. It's a shame that the floaters are so far up the board because I don't have much flexibility. Can't get the B to play twice. Almost by Limby. Actually, it's not almost, no. Limey probably takes a B, I think. Blimey. I can't see a 7 here. I feel like I'm missing a bingo, almost certainly, but okay, I'm just going to get rid of, what am I going to get rid of? Dib for 20. No, that gives back easy points. I'm going to play dib here. It also gives back easy points. Okay, dib up here. Non-oily. Is that a thing? Doesn't play anyway. Opponent scores a whopping 68 for cat, so I need to start upping my game a bit, yeah? So then, what have we got? I think non-oily is good. Ah, that would have played up there. What about a bingo from the T? Tylonin. Tylo9. What am I? I'm mixing it up with something. Not sure. Anyway, nylon is good. I'll just go with yon for 26. Okay, surely I'm bingoing now. Although I have to end in I something, or just I. I have the line component of a word. Infield and infidel. Oh, can you believe it? Won't play. So play beginning with a D would play. What about with the blank as an S? Lindy's. Yeah, that works. Duplicate city. I do have opponent gets a whopping 55, so cancels out my bingo. Pros 34. I have fiance and fiance, but those are just sixes. I have if and fin at the top. Hopefully that remains available. Only my N plays after SO. Actually the C does too. Opponent scores with his X there. So if sorts the rack out perfectly for 30. It's a good looking rack, but is there a bingo? I was going to contemplate the L, but nothing goes in front of Ago that I've got. Exxon is good. So play of Cane would be quite nice. Is there a bingo? Running low on time. Reagenic, no. Saracen, no. Sincere plus an ace. I'm running low on time. I'm going with Crine. Oh, that doesn't quite work. What am I doing? Cane, yeah. No, Crine, yeah. Crine here for 41. Vergate and Vittridge. Will opponent provide a floater? Because this rack is... Ooh, ergative, beautiful. I didn't waste time with that because I was running low on time. I have Jus, J-U-S, and Hips at a minimum. I have Jus and C, so that works quite nicely for 26. Doesn't give much back to opponent, if anything. What else? Crine takes an S. Very limited flexibility with this rack, mind you. But I should be able to score Juice and Zaps. It will give some... Oh, opponent creates a... I might go with Curves here. Curves. I'll definitely be able to play the J, I would say, because JA is good. And where was that other J spot? Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. That's 32. he could potentially bingo, so curves. I think this seals it, even if I do swallow the J. Do I swallow the J if I do this? No, I've got jar at the top here, so I'm safe. Curves for 32 absolutely kills both this lane here, well, heavily frustrates it, and it killed the valuable R for opponent. Mind you, he's bingoed. I didn't even contemplate the S. Wow, well done, opponent. I think what I should have done, but I had very limited. Maybe if I played just there. Yeah, that was. I just thank my opponent for the game. That was a big mistake, wasn't it? Just there, but that didn't kill that bingo lane underneath. And opponent had, what did he have? I don't know if he had a bingo there. Anyway, let's have a look. So, yeah, did I lose that game or did opponent win it? As in, was there a winning play for me at the end? Let's find out. Limey seems fine for 28. Uverte for 40, no bingo though. Opponent went with Ovum. Aini best for 22. Evo for 7. Zap for 41 was best. And then Notaire for 68. Opponent had Otarine as well. No bingo here. Thought I'd missed one. Went with Dib. Bind was suggested at 4C. Underneath, yeah. I like that. 27 points. Cat for 68 was the worst. I was looking to block that hotspot and wasn't able to good effect. Now I had Bonnelly. Wow. That would have played at G8, making Blimey. Bonnelly, that is a word I've seen before. Anyway. Then Gauk. I went with Yon for 26, which kind of sorted the rack out. Now opponent had out for 33, it seems okay. Lindy's for 68, but yielding from the Y. And that would have been a double word square, but it would have given back plays in the, mind you, the blank would have been the G, so he wouldn't have scored fantastically down there. But I still did get the bingo down, which was good. Lindy's. I don't know why. I'm hitting the wrong button. Lindy's there. Okay, and he had that rack. Right. So Kue actually gave him a perfect score there. 55. Pretty much cancelled my bingo out. Pisoya for 87. Not a word I'm familiar with. Although it looks vaguely familiar. Ever so vaguely familiar. I wouldn't have spotted it. I went with... what was the other option? Piso for 27. I went with Pros for 34. So it did score well. Opponent had XU for 23 or XI for 31. Where was X? XI here. He went with XU. Now, if for 30 was best, top left. And a go for 18, Agio 22. Now, Resilience. I looked at the S and thought, there is a bingo there, but I just could not, for the life of me, work out what it was. Resilience. That's one I should have spotted because it's quite a high probability 8. Yeah, I shouldn't be missing these. Resilience, I went with Crime for 41. Image for 35 was best. Ergative for 86 was best. But what were the other options? Stravage for 67. It's almost 20 points less. 13C. Okay, from the S. Interesting. Because that gives me a bit of a lead. And it limits opponent's ability to bingo from this S. But yeah, the point sacrifice is too large, ergative, and the X and the Q were both gone, so I didn't have to worry too much about that hotspot. Strath for 37, opponent went with Heart for 26. Now, this is the crucial part of the game. 4 tiles in the bag. I have to assume that opponent can potentially bingo through the R or the T because they are fairly bingo-y tiles apart from the W and the B. So should I have played just Cur here, C-U-R, giving myself a J spot there and a J spot there, because Cur, or even Curs, C-U-R-S, still leaves 1 in the bag, so even after opponent bingos with Stranded, Curs gives me 9, 10, 11, 12, gives me 408. Opponent gets a face value bingo there. So I'm on 404. He's now on, yeah, I think he might still win with Stranded. Yeah, what were the other options? Curves was the highest score. Juice was 35. Where was that? That was in that spot there. So maybe Juice was the winningest play. Oh, wait a minute. N1. That's up here. So Juice is the winningest play because, and I did identify that the move before. This is how important the end game is, and it wasn't even that complicated a sequence. All I do is leave 1 in the bag, score as much as I can, get rid of the heaviest tile on my rack. 35 points puts me on 431, and opponent gets about 70 if he's lucky, mid 60s for a face value, unless he has a bingo through the R, which I don't think he did. Yeah, and then I have another go after his bingo, so I would have won that. Pretty sure. That was, I think I lost that game. Hard to say 100%, but let's look at the options. So let's assume I did play Juice. Opponent had Stranded, and he had Darndest through. Okay, he wouldn't have had Darndest. He would have had Stranded. And I don't think Tranded plus an R makes a bingo. Okay, so I think Juice wins it because it gives me another go after opponent plays Stranded. So there you go. That was the end of the game. Congratulations to opponent. Yeah, and I had all that count back on the rack. Look at all that I swallowed. That's a 38-point swing. So that was a bit silly not to play juice. Anyway, there you go. You live and learn. That was the end of the game. So hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.